Alrighty, so we're here with Lola. As you can see, there's a loud noise. Really, bro? So Lola is a dog that we just got. This is like her first session with us. And she's nervous. That's fairly obvious. So we're just gonna today, since it's her first session, all I want, and she's already calmed down quite a bit when I first grabbed her, but all I want is we're not doing any commands or anything really. All we're gonna work on right now is I'm gonna teach her some markers, right? So markers are how we communicate with our dogs. So I'm gonna teach her an okay, right? So okay for a dog, of course. In this case, we're gonna teach her that leash pressure is a good thing, right? So right now, if I pull on her at all, she's gonna be like, oh God, he wants to eat me, oh no. So what we're gonna do, again, she's eased up a little bit. She was like kind of bolting away from me earlier. Is I'm gonna pull her to me, and I'm gonna make her come to me, and then I'm gonna keep pulling on it until eventually, when she lets go of the leash pressure, I immediately like, cool, and then I walk away, and she'll learn that giving into leash pressure is the best thing for her to do, because that's how we do it, get all our training done. If you're not a super nervous dog, leash pressure is most of the time pretty natural. But if you're a dog like Lola, who's, how shall I say, I guess, hyper vigilant, where she's just really weird at like everything, right? She's sketchy to me, sketchy towards like everybody. I need to teach her that with dogs like that, they don't give the pressure. So I need to teach her, give her the pressure, it's good. All it means is that I'm showing you, hey, you did the right thing, the pressure is done. It's a learning tool, right? We don't want to apply pressure to a dog forever, but it's teaching, right? I mean, it's kind of like in a class environment. You don't pass and you fail a test. It's not because I enjoy you. It's not because the teacher enjoys being like, you fail. I mean, some do, they're kind of like sick people, but for the most part, people don't aspire to be that person, but it's part of the learning process, right? So, we're going to do first. Hi, Lola. Yeah. All right, come here. Now, you're still pulling on me. Just gotta give in. Okay, good job. Now go to your bed. Go to your bed. Yeah. Good job. Oh, okay. Well, that was easy. You're not really nervous about that. She's not in love with the idea of me, though. And I'm sure that this Belgian here is not true, but it's good. It exposes her to more distractions and stuff. It looks like she looks more sad and nervous, but it's in a roundabout way, like having all the stuff around. Exposes her to all the noises in general. If there was like 5 dogs in here all barking in unison, hey Todd, stop. I know. Got a sexual talk tomorrow. But yeah. If it was 5 dogs, I would take her out. Or I would take some of them out and actually have them either like rotate them in like kennels or something, but it's just one. Goes between this dude and this dude. They don't have to grow up at the same time. I'm not complaining. So let's go and do what we're doing again. Come on. You gotta listen. You gotta do it. It's not fun, I know. Okay. Good job. Right? And so what I'm teaching her there is okay is like her release. She can go back and be depressed one again. But for that moment, she does have to like do her thing. Todd is really amped up, dude. He is like, dude, he's ready, dude. Dude, Todd, you are hyped for like right now. You are really hyped. Alright. So we're gonna do this again. And this kind of this sort of version of the territory we start kind of teaching a recall. I find that usually with the nervous dog, I accidentally teach the recall first. Just kind of what it is. I don't really mark it, but I teach the action, right? And so after, I'm going to say about 5 reps of this, we'll jump into a place where I'll try to get about 3 to 5 reps of just like, I'd say 10 seconds. It depends on how she does. We may do 30, probably 10. Lola, even though you're nervous, you are so cute though. Oh my gosh. All right, are you ready yet? So she's still fighting me on it. So I need her to stop fighting me. Okay? Okay, Lola. She's sitting up. It's okay. We have him in a crate because he's a Belgian Malinois. And so he's inside right now because it's hot and he'll kill himself because he won't stop running. Because he's a Belgian. Really, bro? Nah, he'll go out in the morning. It's at night. We're just keeping him here so he won't run himself to death. I don't want that to happen. I agree. Nothing happened. So she's still kind of fighting me on it. So what the goal here is that when I give her the leash thing, that pressure, she'll give it. Okay. So just teaching her this. Now she's not, I will say when I met Lola, she looked a lot more scared than she looks now. She definitely is very terrified and not having fun right now, but it's better than I thought it was looking, right? She is not having fun. She was. We're gonna have a lot of fun together. I'm having a lot of fun with you. I love the nervous dogs because I get to open them up and then they're like really happy in the end. The big thing with the nervous dogs is that it's very easy to make a nervous dog look opened up when in reality you've repressed them and are just managing it well. To get a nervous dog truly opened up, you have to not repress at all, and because obviously repressing is a form of, closing the dog up, a teeny bit, right? Like you think about a really hyper dog, that's a tad, teeny bit of repression. Not much, but a teeny bit. And that's not a bad thing, because a dog that, thinks like I can just jump on everybody, right? If you're repressing that behavior, it's not a behavior you can do. The word often gets a bad rep because truthfully most of the time if you repress a dog you're talking about like, beating it into submission and then it's like, oh, the dog's like, alright, it's like, I can't do anything, right? But the thing is you really can't even do even a hint of it on a dog like her. So we're gonna fully open her up by being very clear on what we're doing, right? So the leash pressure, it needs to be very clear that when I say that word, oh, we're good, right? I have to teach you, like, leash pressure is not a bad thing. I'm not going to scare you. I'm scaring you now, but I'm not doing this to torment you, right? I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to eat you. I'm not going to bark at you. I'm not going to do anything, right? And then you take them to higher places, find things they love, get them to do that kind of stuff, and eventually the behavior opens up, and you see the real personality of the dog. Some nervous dogs you open them up and they end up just loving people. Some nervous dogs you open them up and they're like, honestly, trick people. They're not going to run away, but they're like, I have no desire to talk to them. And that's okay. Some people are like that. Alright, so let's see how she handles this again. But she kind of actually moved on her own a little bit that time. I didn't have to yank her at the same time. It's all good. Okay. Good job. And that's all we're doing. And I'm giving her time to decompress between each one because again, that's the quickest way to repress the nervous dog. Bro, I'm trying to give my thing right now, okay? I know you got a lot of personality. You're like a freaking sport dog. I get it. I got you. Well, you're coming out in a minute. I just had to make sure you didn't kill make sure you kill yourself running. Okay. Anyway, I'm allowing a lot of decompression time because the quickest way to repress a dog is to drill it over and over and over like that. Some dogs can handle it. Actually, this dude over here can. But unless you really are made to sport it up, if you will, most dogs, even a Latin, I'm talking like a very sporty dog can do that. I'm talking like specifically high drive Belgians, high drive Shepherds, high drive Indians, right? Those like crazy dogs that say all the time. if you're not like, if a dog's not like that, then it's just not happening. So even a lot of high energy lab, you can't do them over and over again. There's a lot of energy, but you'll end up repressing it, right? And so with Lola, with Lola, I actually allow decompression time because now I will suppress her even more. And suppressing a nervous dog is just called giving a dog more anxiety. Now I'm not gonna. So I actually didn't apply much leash pressure there. I'm directing her, but there's not much leash pressure going on. And I'm just gonna say it. Okay. Good job, Lola. That's a good girl. Good job. Now I'm not gonna touch her because you know. Sometimes people think, oh, pet the nervous dog, it'll make it feel better. So the thing is, if they're terrified and don't like a pet, the pet goes from a reward to actively either negatively reinforcing or turns into a positive punishment because you're adding in the pet, right? So either way, it turns into something negative. With a dog like Lola, I genuinely think that it would become something negative. Of course, I don't think it'll be that way forever, but as far as the first session of the dog goes, her caliber would be great. Do it one more time, right? Lola. You can see that she barely fought me that time, directing her. Now, hey. So those ears went up real high, though. High levels of awareness, right? So she's. Okay. Good job. So that was actually really good for me because she's trying to get out. Sometimes I didn't let her. The second I said okay, then I let her run out. So it made it very clear. Again, with nervous dogs, because there's so much nervousness clouding their ability to grasp new ideas, right? Because it's not just dogs, but people in general, when they're nervous, the ability to grasp an idea becomes increasingly harder because you're being overtaken by your nerves. And it's the same thing with the dogs, right? Dogs are highly, I'm not going to say that every single dog on the planet is highly intelligent. They come in many shapes and sizes, like everybody else, in terms of intelligence. But most dogs are smart enough to like figure some things out and kind of like piece things together. When you're a dog like Lola, though, your clarity has to be perfect in the beginning because if it's not, the nerves are getting in the way, and unless you are incredibly clear, it's not going to work. So I know I already said one more time, we're just going to do it one more time just to see how she handles it. Come here. Yeah, it's all good. So again, once you got off the couch, I think that's really cool. So just, no, I don't want to pull your neck backwards. Come on. All right, there we go. I don't want to scare her either. We're just keeping things chill. I'm not actually going to look in her direction as far as the eye contact goes, because some nervous dogs have a thing with that. I don't know. I don't think she has a thing with eye contact. Okay. Okay. You're good. There we go. Good girl. Good job. Again, I can't actually push them out of it because I think that the okay means like leash pressure or something, like a leash pressure out of command or something, and you make a bunch of weird associations. Sometimes there's a chance that they really could just figure out like, oh, okay, I can get up now, but there's a chance that they would have been okay, it's like I'm pulling you out of the command now, and everything becomes manual and the dog really isn't trained. Alright, so we're going to move on to our next part now. Because, you know, as much as I would love to get that pressure in really well, the reality is a dog like her, we're not going to get that in one session. It's just not happening. So, I'm happy with how she's handling the leash pressure. So what we're going to do now, I'm working for about, big head in the camera, a little under 15 minutes. So, we're going to do now, and I'm going to spend probably the next 5 minutes keeping a place, maybe the next 10 minutes. And then we're going to wrap it up from there. And I will hang out with us more tomorrow. I know that. And it's freaking her out a little bit. So the main thing is I got to get all 4 paws on them, 1 lead. I'm very critical about it, very strict. Yeah, you're being a little funky with it. So, play this interesting the first time you teach it. Good job. See, so she knows okay. Like even with that, like she was a little nervous to run away from me when I was pulling her in, right? But you can see the second I said okay, she was like and ran back to the couch. So she's doing good. Good job, Lola. Can I sit with you for a minute? Are we cool like that? That head tilt tells me no, but I'm just gonna chill here for a second. Good socialization. I'm not gonna look at her. Just gonna talk to you lovely people. That way she has a moment to see that every time I'm around her, I'm not gonna make her anxiety worse. So, I don't think she's gonna be incredibly hard to open up though, honestly. I think it's just very delicate, but it'll be fine. If you know what you're doing with nervous dogs and know how to be delicate and tailor your delicacy is not the same word as delicate. Delicacy is like something that's like a commodity, you know, a delicacy, right? Something that's like nice. Hey, sorry, so random. Knowing how to treat her delicately and knowing how to customize it to her needs will help her open up a bit. So we got some problems. Good. Alright. So I have a little pet in. I'm not doing this for reward. I'm seeing if the idea of the physical touch in general. It doesn't appear that it does. She's actually breathing slowly. She's not like shaking and everything. So that's good. Hey Lola. Are we cool? Okay, so she actually has already opened up a little bit from the beginning. So when I first took her out, you may wonder why the chairs are positioned like that, because that thing was weird. I actually had to put a crate in the middle here, and then put the chairs there, because she was doing a donut around the room and running away from me to the point where she actually hid under the chair. So going from that to letting me touch her and not freaking out, that's really good. So she's clearly very adaptable, and she has the ability to get through her nerves. We just gotta bang on it, bring one of that side out of her. Eventually, hopefully, we can get rid of the nerves. Sometimes, in very, 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 very bad cases, you cannot get rid of them, but you can teach the dog how to manage it. However, I don't think that Lola's going to be one of those manage it because you're going to be terrified for the rest of your life kind of dogs, right? I think, genuinely, I really do think that there's a really good chance that all her nerves might go away. I can't promise that because it's not a made-up character I'm writing or a computer or something predictable. It's a life form, so I can predict, but I can't promise. But she'll at least, if worst comes to worst, she'll manage them extremely well. But I genuinely think that she'll be able to get rid of her nerves. Right, Lola? I think you will. Alright, let's try this again. And she's starting to not really starting to tap out yet, which is good. I want to get her on this. Yeah, she really doesn't like the TikTok. I know. Yeah, I know. I can't stand still either, so I want these things. I got you, bro. Ooh, there we go. Okay, I'm just gonna make her chill up. I'm gonna sit here. We're just gonna have to chill here for a minute. She's really, you see that? She is like, the tail's fully down right now. She doesn't like the place. But I want to make her stay on it, because that is the rules. That's the rules, girl. Okay, good job. So, I'm really not going to try to sensitize, or not sensitize, mark any of these commands in. The rule is that once you can do it with the pressure, that means that it moves slowly, of course, or excuse me, you can do the pressure with it. But because you're introducing things slowly, right, and it's based on leash pressure, you're not locked into I've marked it with a word and now I have to recondition the whole word with a word, right? I feel like if I told you one day, like, hey, actually green is actually red, and then you had to like relearn it. It's possible, but it would take you some time. And of course, the longer, the older you are, the longer you've known what words mean, and of course, the longer it takes to undo it. So if you're off the bat, for a week and some change, she's gonna command the wrong way, well then you have to undo a week's worth of work, which in my line of work, I only have 4 weeks to train these dogs. Most of them anyway. Some of them are 5 week and occasionally they'll be a 3 week. But it takes 4 weeks and it's set up to where it's cool that it's 4 weeks, but if I go, if something goes behind, then it messes up the 4 week program. So I don't want to do something that's gonna set me back a week when I only have 4 in them anyways. And the last week is pretty much dedicated to like proofing commands in stores and parks and all that stuff. Like everything should be ready really by week, end of week 2. All the commands should be there and we should be proofing at that point. Lola, do you know what time it is? She's not fighting me a ton though, which is good. She got in position a lot faster that time. She's trying to see. She's not loving it, so she's fighting me even a little bit right now. Okay. Oh, hey, how are you? Hi. Oh, look at that. That's really nice. Hi, Lola. Your pupils are really big. They said you don't bite though, so I trust them. I trust that you're not gonna bite my booty. Your pupils are quite large right now though. But I remember the first, okay, I'm sorry. We'll do that again. No? Fine. I remember the first ever dog I trained. Aww. Thank you, Lola. Are you giving me the lovies? Yeah? Are these the lovies? Are you giving me the lovies? Yeah? You're really cute. And I'm not usually like, gushing over the bully breeds in terms of cuteness. I usually think they're cool, but that's usually because they're like big and strong and muscly. Like those Rotties. See a video with Deuce. He's cool. I don't usually go like, oh, you're so cute. Like when I see like American Bullies or Pit Bulls or like Masters are cool because they're big, right? But I don't ever be like, oh, they're so cute. She's cute, dude. She's adorable. She's got her ears and her eyes are just so cute. She has the most pretty fur. Don't you know that? Yeah, you do. Am I freaking out now? I'm sorry. So you can see her ears though for like I would say 70% of the time. They're staying nice and low, which is really good. That means her alertness is going down. Yeah. Hey. So she's not sniffing or anything, but I don't expect her to. That's very opened up behavior. I would say you start to see early sniffs on a medium level of openness. But a true, I'm just gonna go, that comes from a very, I'd say a pretty open up. Not 100% of the time, but right. I can make sure I don't present any misinformation on the interwebs. Oh, that was a little sniff. Okay. Wow, he's a fast learner. Or fast. I'm not gonna say fast learner, but she doesn't seem to be learning things fast, but she's very adaptable. Which, the dog that's nervous but can adapt is absolutely wonderful. Not the nervous part, but we can fix the nerve. Adaptability is pretty dope. Hey, Lola. I like you a lot. Already. Oh. like it's very relaxed. It's not like with the shaking of the legs, right? It's very relaxed. Her breathing, her ribs are, or her I know that humans are pretty much the same, you know, but I don't know where the diaphragm is located on a dog, but I know how the motion works, so how humans would be if we're really nervous, right? The chest pops up and down, right? In this case, he's going like, just, you know, say we're this. It's like a light anxiety. Even she started closing her eyes a little bit, so she's comfortable enough to fall asleep now next to me, so that's really good. I'm really proud of you, Lola. You're gonna make a lot of progress on this. You really are, okay? You're gonna be really cool. Your people are gonna love you when you come home, you know that? They're gonna be so happy. So you don't like that? I'm sorry. I'm so happy. Alright, so I'm gonna make her do one more place, and then I'm gonna let her kind of like rest on my leg again for probably just a little bit, and then we're gonna end the session, because I'm really proud of what she's done. Lola! Oh, you gave in so fast that time. Oh! And then she fought me really fast. I'm released. Oh, you gotta get that thing from. Yeah, so she knows that, that's why she's stop resisting, you know, that's why she's resisting so much though. So right now, it seems like her nervous trigger has switched from not wanting my touch to actually now she's kind of using our physical touch a little bit as like a nervous, like some dogs, like shepherds have like this nervous behavior. Well, they'll like either they'll hold on your leg, circle around you, right? They start using the handler as a way to manage their anxiety, which is understandable from a dog's perspective, but in this case, you have to be very detached. Okay. Good job, Lola. Hey, Lola, you want to put your hand here? There we go. See, she likes this closeness stuff. It'll be something that anytime you train a nervous dog, I will say, one of the most important things is to bond very well with them. And I'm just going just like that. Hi, Lola. You're still cute and you're still pretty. I feel like I'm gonna be really attached to you and be sad and you. Oh. Hey, Lola. You ready? No? Alright. There we go. It's not that. Back. I'm just gonna rub on her. Good job, Lola. You did so good.